My name is Jacques the Foss. I'm an underwater photographer and cameraman. As someone whose work is centered around digital media, I spend a lot of time editing photos and producing video. Given the nature of the software I use and the files that go with it, I rely heavily on a computer which can deliver the results I need while at the same time handling the workload. For the last few months, I've been using the WS6020J, which is an amazing workstation by MSI. So what we're going to do in this video is to go through some of the things for which I use my workstation. The first software we're going to be having a look at is Photoshop. And the great thing about this workstation is that it uses the NVIDIA Quadro series of graphics cards. And in this model I have the Quadro K2100M installed, as you can see there. This makes editing really quick, especially when you're applying effects, which means that they're applied almost instantly and you spend less time waiting. Something else I spend a lot of time doing is, of course, color correction, and with this workstation it's really easy. Next up is Premiere Pro, which is my video editing suite. This is just a little clip I made for iClite underwater systems. Once again, if you go up to the project settings, you'll notice that the workstation does in fact use the GPU, which once again, if you're applying all the effects and nesting several clips, it makes the editing a lot quicker. I'm just going to open a new project here to give you an idea of how fast things actually load. Once again, applying effects is really fast, so as an example I'll just quickly apply a curves layer, and changes you make are instant, which makes editing a lot easier and more efficient. Then we're also going to have a quick look at After Effects, which is what I used to make the little intro clip for this video. Now, most people know that running After Effects, it can be quite heavy on your graphics card, and I was amazed to see how quickly this workstation actually loads clips, even after applying quite heavy effects. For example, here I'm running Trapcode Mirror, and everything is pretty much instant, even before rendering the clip. We're also going to have a quick look at the 360-degree panoramics I do. You can find some examples on the 360cities.net website. Now these are quite time-consuming in that they are multiple exposures, which you then run through HDR software, and the resulting HDR images are then fed into stitching software. Now the stitching software I use is something called PTGY. So in the past, this used to be quite a slow process, but with the WS60, you load the images, you hit align, and your panoramic is aligned almost instantly. In terms of specifications, the WS60 features all the specs to make my editing run as seamlessly as possible. And this ranges from a 4K display to dual SSD drives with a total capacity of 128 gig, in addition to a 1TB hard disk drive. Latest Thunderbolt technology, and a whole bunch of other cool features that are worth checking out.